Finish downloading, please. I am begging you. Good morning. I thought I'd do another daily vlog. The big thing that I've got to do today is probably before like 1 o'clock getting some slides finished up and then just downloading an obscene amount of experiments that I have. Yeah, I have, not always, but today I decided to use the hot chocolate mix instead because, what's its face? My milk, I need to get more milk. Mine had expired, like 2 days ago. And while it didn't smell really bad, I just don't want to tempt fate. I've had too many instances where, like, things have tasted really, like the milk has gone off, so not doing that. I'm not actually really leaving the apartment right now because it's been, like, we've had a lot of thunder and lightning, and there's way too many trees, so I'm not going outside for right now, so I'll just be working from home right now. And I mean, I'll probably run some errands. Maybe I'll walk around a Target for a bit. Ooh, go to a bookstore too. That may be fun. Well, I have been super focused on my work, just getting things downloaded, finally finishing up some of the, like, analysis on a few things, because I've got to get these slides done soon. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about because things have just been slowing down, so there's just not as much to report on as I did like last time, which, yay. And I'm just thinking, okay, I'm just going to talk about things like the solid solution, not the other phases, because they don't really care. Well, I feel a bit frazzled. My laptop right now is restarting and updating because I tried to update it a while ago and it just would not. And also now my laptop generally was acting up. So I'm restarting it. It's finally getting its downloads or updates. And then I gotta work more. I already texted the person that's in charge of coordinating it all, being like, hey, there's been some technical stuff. And she's like, yeah, no worries. Nobody's sent in anything yet. And I'm at least try to be pretty good about okay, if I'm gonna be running late on anything, I will tell them beforehand. Yeah, because it was a combination of waiting for experiments to finish and then just these technical problems, and I've got to make these plots, so yeah. I'm finally done with those slides. Yes, I am still in my pajamas. I need to get changed. I will do that. God, there's so much going on that I'm super exhausted, but I feel okay about it. I may fix some stuff over the weekend if I have the option to, but I feel at least decently comfortable with it. I just am I am winding down on my research, so there's not nearly as much to report because a lot of this has kind of been early work to then help some other grad student down the road. I am dressed, but I have still yet to leave my apartment because there's been just so many random things that I've needed to do. And yeah, I need to definitely go get the few little bits of groceries and just continue to do work. This is the most boring a vlog has been in such a long time, and I'm so sorry, but that's just kind of how the cookies crumbled today. Yeah, these experiments, it's not taking super long, it's just that there's so many, and it's for a kind of comparison on the sizes, so it's just stuff for writing. And I think once I get to God, 1,000 of them done, because this has been over the span of a day really, I will then go out, because I always have to play the game of make sure I don't have I'm not using up too much storage on my actual hard drive, because it acts up really quickly. So I have to kind of play the game of periodically freeing up all space. So that's super fun. Okay, while I wait for everything, I'm finally gonna just get all of these clothes. I did my laundry, I think on either Wednesday. I did it Wednesday. So these are dry. I just need to put them away. I finally left the house, and just as I was leaving, the heavens opened up and then closed just as quickly. So yeah, I've got to worry about the rain, but that's fine. It's not nearly as bad as yesterday where, oh, I'll tell you all about that when I get back to my place. Okay, so I stopped at Freshies, and God, you can see the lightning there. I got myself a sundae that has the, it's just the, what's its face? It's got whipped cream, chocolate sauce, cherry, and it's the Rock and Crocs, which is like a raspberry cheesecake, chocolate, vanilla, which that's all the stuff I love, so I'll try it. I've been here one other time, and I got their chocolate cow, and it was decent, but not my favorite. Their, like, root beer is, like, okay, but not absolutely, like, to die for. It's back to raining again a lot. It's not as crazy as it could be, and it'll probably, I'm gonna check the radar quickly. It's probably going to, like, subside within the next, like, 10 minutes, so it'll be fine. But yeah, this has been the past, like, week of, like, heavy storms, like, off and on all week. Yesterday was really bad with the rain, and I was at Kentucky Native, and I'll add a picture right there, and I heard the siren, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna head out now, and yeah, then the heavens opened up within like 10 minutes of the siren going off. There was a lot of really random stuff, like these piggy banks, and like that are beer money or pizza money, and these ice roller cooler things. Every time I go to Target, these shirts are on sale, and I don't get it. I did really want this sweatshirt, though, and you can see how sad I am because I said no to myself. I also told myself no for any of the books, even though I have been curious about them. Seeing everybody getting ready for college made me think I should probably make a video about that and moving into college. Just got out of Target. The only thing I picked up there was a charger because I needed one. I'd left mine at a hotel, and I was using a different one, but it's not a fast cable, so it causes like my phone to take literal hours to charge. So I picked up a fast charging cable, so everything should be fine. And now I think I'm gonna go over to Total Wines and like what's its face, World Market to pick up some like snacks or something, and maybe some drinks, and then probably hit up Kroger's so I can get like milk and butter and mostly dairy products. That's really what's in my like grocery list right now, and it's like 7:30 already, which it's so bad, but I was like so focused on other things. I always get so tempted with the food at World Market, but most of the time I am able to tell myself no because I do not need this. So World Market closed they were about to close while I was in there. Turns out they closed at like 8. So yeah, just quickly left, went over to Total Wine, and mostly just picked up the Edmund Fitzgerald from Great Lakes. I have not had that in probably a couple of years, but I used to drink that like a lot during the early days of the pandemic. Like that was my like every night having like a beer just kind of at the end of the day. That was my like not nightcap, but like beer that I drink while I was like cooking dinner. So picked that up and just kind of looked to see if there's anything that I was curious about, but not really, nothing that really stood out. And I'm not going to do a haul of what I got, but I was able to get everything that was on my list, plus a couple of extra frozen things and dinner. The big thing was I saved like 15%, but it just took forever because the lines were crazy. Yeah, it was just like the milk, butter, both which were on sale. The Laughing Cow cheese that I eat all the time, it was buy one, get one free. There was like a lot of these buy one, get one frees this time around, so yeah. I ended up just eating a salad from Kroger, and honestly, I don't know, it's been one of those days where I feel like I just want to cry, and I can't even curl up on my bed right now because I've got a lot of my clean clothes on it that I need to put away. It's not even been super stressful of a day. Like, this morning was a bit stressful, and I think now everything's just kind of, the chickens have come to roost, and yeah, I'm just feeling it, and I have so much I need to do that I just have not done, and it just has been weighing on me a lot. I have just been sitting here on my couch. I need to get a shower soon, because yeah, and I don't know why I'm feeling just so down. I've had a pretty good week, and like I just need to clean, which is probably part of the problem, but y'all know I'm really bad about cleaning things, and it's just some random work stuff. And I know this weather has not been helping. We're getting the summer thunderstorms, and it's just periodically rolling through. Also, I forgot to talk about the fact that, like, my Wi-Fi was working today. So, like, I wasn't having the same problems I've been having a lot of the other days. Like, yesterday was really bad, and I just could not really leave my apartment because there was, like, I had a couple of different things going on, and the weather had just been horrendous. Like, it was in the morning, I called a friend to kind of go over some, like, dissertation stuff. Then I was able to go for a run, and then it, like, was cloudy a bit, or maybe it was in the morning. I don't know. The past couple of days, the weather has just been absolutely horrendous to try to plant anything outside. Also, while I was at Kentucky Native, I got so many bug bites, and, like, some of them I'm, like, kind of like, I know I'm not supposed to scratch them generally, and my legs, not my legs, I only got, like, one bite on my leg, but all along my, like, left arm, it's all bit up. And you know what's also on my left arm? My neck split on. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to touch certain areas because, like, the implant freaks me out to feel it. And I check it periodically, but I hate feeling for it, but I know I need to. And, like, I can't have well, it's not that I can't have. I don't trust myself with the, like, birth control that's just, like, a pill. I'm not going to do the shot because that one is, like, 90% of, like, people that get the shot have really bad responses from it. And, like, it's, like, 10%. And when it works well, it's great. But most of the time it doesn't. And the 90%, I'm just kind of pulling a number out of my ass here. And I had tried to go in for a IUD, but turns out my uterus goes, like, instead of like this, it's like that, something like that. It's like an acute angle to the point where the doctor I was seeing was like, the only way we could safely give you an IUD is if there was also, like, an ultrasound. I just was worried. I mean, they were not going to do it. And then I could also see the concern that, like, if I was to have an IUD, it would move around a lot, or it would move and could, like, go into the uterine lining, which could cause, like, infertility. And I had already had a major freak out because before we knew the shape that, like, my uterus was just, like, oddly pointing forward, one of the concerns I'd had was, like, it was an underdeveloped uterus because, like, the big thing with having it, like, because one of the things she said was, oh, it's a small uterus, and I was like, is this going to cause a problem? And of course I mentioned that to my mother, and she's like, that was the worst thing to do. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I live in the age of the internet. Of course I was going to look it up so I had a better understanding of what was going on. And yeah, sadly, that was like one of the first things. And in most ways I could, like, reason with myself that, like, okay, I don't think it's underdeveloped because I've never showed any of these other, like, symptoms of it. But, like, it still was there. And while now, like, as I mentioned, my sister as a kid, I was there to, like, help her during those, like, first, like, week of my nibbling's life. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so hard. And I was getting the most sleep out of anybody in that household. Like, I slept through his crying. We also kept the door closed at night because we were doing more of the day stuff. But yeah, that was just like you've got to be kidding me. Like, I was worried. And while I'm not going to say I'm a fencer because I think I'd still want kids, it was just this thought that, like, I possibly couldn't just hit super hard. Turns out the charger I bought at the brick that I was using, that was actually the problem, not the charging. So whoop-de-doo there, but at least I have another charger. I just need to get another brick now, mostly so I have a brick that is, like, USB-C. I'm about to get my shower and go to bed. I don't know what this day's been like for y'all. It's gonna be so much fun editing at some point. But generally, thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!